Good day everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mariette, also known as Die Boervrou, and I'm so happy that you tuned into this little video where I will be showing you today how I am crocheting knitted squares together. So the knitted squares that I'll be showing today is these little knitted squares that I knit from the inside out. I did write up a little PDF on Ravelry. It is a free download and I will link it down below for you if you're interested. So this was inspired by the 2-year-long make-along that I'm hosting with my friend Liani from Independence Yarn Crafts. We are doing a Battenberg mal and I will put the information of the mal on the screen. The Battenberg blanket is actually a crochet blanket, which is also a free pattern by Sandra Paul. I'll put a picture up on screen of what it looks like. And I decided to knit my Battenberg blanket. And I decided that my blanket will have to be a stash buster. And I'm using double knit acrylic yarns, all from my stash. And for that reason, I also alternate my main color every second row. But anyway, so I wanted to come on here and show you how I crochet these blocks together, because I do knit them and then I crochet them together with single crochet stitches, and I thought I will make a tutorial and show you exactly how I do that. So let me quickly show you how I do that. This square pattern is written to have 14 stitches on each side, where I'm joining them together with crochet. So what I like to do, this is where I ended my square and I worked away the end, but I leave a long tail which I then use to crochet them together. So for this specific square I measure 3 lengths of 50 centimeters before I cut off the end. So to join this one together with my blanket here, I will be crocheting it together on this side and on that side. So this 3 lengths of 50 centimeters is just long enough to do that. So if you look closely here, you will see that I have 14 stitches that has not had stitches in them before. Focus. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You can mark those with bulb markers if you like, especially in the beginning if you're not exactly sure where your stitches is, but anyway. So to crochet this block together with the blanket, I will need to put it on its face. I'll be crocheting it together with single crochet stitches. So to locate the stitch where I want to start my joining, I look for this line and then I put my crochet hook through that stitch, and that is the first one that I will start joining. So I turn it onto so that right sides faces together, and I keep my yarn tail on that side, and I will put my hook through the first stitch of the block on the blanket, and I will simply yarn over, pull it through, and yarn over, pull through, and then I will start doing single crochet stitches. So I'll put my hook through the next stitch and through the next, so that I have 2 loops of each block on my hook, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through. So that is 2 stitches crocheted. Into the next stitch and into the stitch on the blanket, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, into the next stitch. I should now have 4, and then the 5th one, that is 5, that is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. I like to just flip it over and make sure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Now what I like to do to join the corners there, I like to put my hook through the 14th stitch of the block I am joining. I put my hook through it again, but then instead of going through the block that I beneath it, I go to the block over on the side and I work a stitch through there. So I will put my hook through that block and I'll do a single crochet stitch, and then I go through the next stitch in my square that I'm currently joining, and I will go through the other stitch in the same block and make a single crochet, and then I'll go through the stitch again. And then to locate where to start on this side, I usually put my finger in the middle of these two lines, and that is the first stitch of this block where I start counting 14 back. So I will count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and I'll put my hook in there and make a single crochet stitch. I'm just going to do one stitch more. Right, so as you can see here, I go through my corners twice. So I attach it to the block down underneath it, right underneath it, and then I go through the corner again and I attach it to the block on the side. So you will see all of my blocks have that 2 stitches going to the side. So I go through the 14th stitch here twice, once to attach it to this one, once to attach it to that one, and then the next one I also go in twice, once to attach it to this one, and then the second time to attach it to that one. All right, let's complete this one. So I've made 2 single crochet stitches. So let's do number 3. So I need 14 on this side and 14 on this side. So I have attached that one in this block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times. And then I simply yarn over again, pull it through and pull it through completely. And then I will just weave away this end immediately so that I am not stuck with thousands of ends to weave away. So I simply just weave the end through these stitches a little bit like that. Oops, it was too much. And then I go around that piece of yarn again like that. My end is a little bit short. I go again, and then last time I will just jump over one of these. So I'll put my needle through that back again, and I'll just pull it through. And because this is made in acrylic yarn, I will just simply snip off the end when I'm done. If this was a natural fiber, I would first wash and block it before cutting the end that close. That is basically how I join all of the blocks in this blanket, except for the ones on the side that only get one piece that is crocheted, and then all of the others gets two sides being crocheted on. So one thing that I would make sure when using this technique is always make sure that when you crochet your blocks together, that you put your hook through both loops of the stitch so that you have that little V and both of the strands crochet together, so that you have more strength in your join. All right. So this is what the blanket looks like on the front. You can see all of the blocks that has been crocheted together here, and this is what the blanket looks like at the back, where you can see the single crochet stitches and where they are joined on two sides with the tail end that I explained that I leave so long so that I have less ends to weave in. I hope that you enjoyed this little tutorial and that you find it helpful. Remember that you can download the knitted square instructions on Ravelry. The link is down below in the description box. And you are more than welcome to come over to Instagram, and you can come and chat with me at Die Boervrou, and I love to hear from you. If you have any questions for me, please drop them in the comments down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you would like to see any more of my content. And I will see you in the next one. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye!